Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A, where we go over all latest news that happened during the week of mobile and answer your questions live. Hopefully I am live this time and, not just talking to myself for half an hour, but I digress. So yeah, guys, another week went by and lots of stuff happening, lots of stuff going on. Again, if you want to ask any questions, feel free to ask. Yes, I did cut my hair. For those who didn't check out last week's episode, I didn't have a barber that I can go to and didn't feel safe going to. So I had to cut my own hair, I forgot what number I did. I think a 2 on top and 1 on the side or something like that along those lines. But yeah. All right, guys. So now let's get to the news. All right, so first big news I really thought should have came a long time ago, but it is finally here. And that is a new update with the Galaxy S20's DeX. Now, I'm sure this will come to other devices as it comes along. As we saw, the S10 and Note 10 were getting features that the S20 had before. So I just kind of wanted to quickly show you, hopefully. Nope, it doesn't work, so let's do... It's not showing it, but basically you can now snap the screen. Let me just put this on top for a second. And this isn't the whole screen, but basically now what you can do on DeX is you can go to an app. Let's try, I'm still trying to see which apps can do it, but basically, so you have a normal app like so, you grab it and you put it right in the left side or the right side, and you have to hit it right, like perfectly, I found out. And then you will have the ability to actually be able to have a basically snap feature. This is something that has been needed for a long time now. Not every app works with this. So like Best Buy was one that I did note did not work with it. I tried it multiple times. Again, I'm sure more apps will as time goes by, but it's just one thing. If an app isn't kind of made for bigger, it won't really go bigger. So some apps still won't work for it, but the ones that do, I think are really good. Probably all apps that have a tablet version, you can imagine, will kind of work more seamlessly, but that is a big update that I am very happy with that DeX has. So big ups to Samsung for finally doing that, although to be quite honest, it should have been done a long time ago. I was literally asking for that with the first version of DeX. So now you have a snap feature where you can snap to the side and snap to the side and then have the ability to have your split screen perfectly. And that's just what this shows, just like basically you drag it and it has to be in the center middle as you kept seeing me do it. So that's just one thing you have the ability to do now. All right, the other things that we have here are going to be the OnePlus 8 and OnePlus 8 Pro. So there's lots of different leaks coming out for this device, and I'm very curious if it will still be coming out the same time period or not, but we'll have to see. It's supposed to come out, I would say, next month most likely. Either next month or May is when they usually come out. But I wonder if it'll be pushed back a month or whatnot, but here's the thing. You have the OnePlus 8 and the OnePlus 8 Pro. They're new colors, so you have the Interstellar Glow, kind of like Samsung's Aura Glow. But yeah, it's like a very, very interesting looking color. I wonder how many people will like this color, to be quite honest. The reason why I say that is because the people that I know that buy OnePlus are mostly male dominated, which I don't know if they're trying to appeal to more women or more women that are more stylish. But it just, I don't know. I don't know how many people would get this color per se. It's not really my thing. My wife would absolutely love it because she loves purple. But it's not every day you see a person that likes purple red and orange kind of shades, and it's very techie because that is OnePlus's main clientele, is techie. But what I am happy to say is we are also getting Glacier Green, which I hope this comes to the US, but I most likely will see the black and the Aura. I don't think they're going to carry 3 versions in the US, so I think you're going to get the Interstellar Glow, and I think you're going to get the black in the US, and the green will probably be sold overseas in countries like India, where OnePlus does very, very well. So we'll have to see what it is and how it does. Then we go to the information on these devices. So let's break it down. First, the OnePlus Pro. So both of them will have a Snapdragon 865. Both of them will have 5G capability. Or sorry, at least the Pro will. The Pro will have 5G capability. It will have a 120 hertz display, 6.78, so almost 6.8 inch display, Quad HD display. Supposedly it will be able to do the top refresh rate, the 120 hertz with the 1440p. So that was something that a lot of people asked Samsung for that we didn't get. 4,510 milliamp battery. Okay, I would like to see more out of OnePlus, but it depends on the price point that they give. We'll have to see how that goes. And a 30 watt regular charger, but here's the main thing. It's gonna have a 30 watt wireless charger and even a 3 watt reverse wireless charge. So it's really big for the 30 watt wireless charging, just because as of right now, I think Samsung maxes out at 25 or 20. I have to look that up. If anyone could look it up for me, what is the speed of Fast Charge 2.0? That's Samsung's proprietary wireless charge. Fast Charge 2.0 speed. I want to say it was 18. I think it's 18. I think it was 15, then the second one was 18. But I'm not positive on that. This one will be 30. So it's a much faster wireless charge and something that we do not have in the US right now currently, so that's a big deal for it. You do have a 48 megapixel camera, f1.78. I think that's similar to the one that I have I've recorded the first part of the unboxing, and I'm gonna finish up today for the Red Magic 5G. And I believe it's a similar camera because I know it was a 48 megapixel one. But yeah, f1.78. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how the quality looks. Overall, I can tell you from, if it is the same as the Red Magic one, the video quality is pretty good. The photos are okay, but again, it's kind of like that same, that's one thing you don't kind of get with the top brand flagships. Speaking of the previous model, oh yeah, so it is an upgrade, of course. And then you're gonna have a wide angle and a telephoto and a macro camera. And then the OnePlus 8, which will have a 6.55 inch display, 90 hertz resolution, and a macro camera. So here's the big thing, 4,300 milliamp battery. Here's the thing about this one. I do believe the Verizon is getting one, and only one. So I believe if Verizon's the way I think they are, they're probably leaning towards the Pro, probably, because that's Verizon. The problem with that is if we get the 8 for T-Mobile, possibly we can get one of them unlocked, but I really hope that we don't have that situation where you get a Pro with one carrier and a regular 8 with another carrier. I really hope both carriers get both phones if they don't expand further. But I know there's a rumor that it's going to Verizon, and I believe Verizon would get the higher end one just because that's the way they are. And I hope that doesn't leave T-Mobile stuck with the OnePlus 8, because I really think a lot of people would rather have the Pro. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If the OnePlus 8 is maybe cheaper. I mean, right now, their price point has really dropped for the 7T. I think it's about 500 now. But I think when it came out, it was like 700. So I would say if the OnePlus 8 is 700 and the Pro is replacing the McLaren, which is 900, I guess that'll be okay. but I don't know how many sales they'll do. We'll see. I'm very curious. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and which one are you more interested in if it's at those price points of 700 and 900 respectively. Now this is a very interesting one. Of course it has a huge caveat, and that is that you're going to have an issue with these numbers because of everything that happened in China before it happened around the world. So Huawei's global sales have begun to diminish. And the reason why that's important is because they are without Android now. They have been without Android in terms of Google services Android for a while. And that has begun their descent into selling a lot less. So you could say, well, you know, the holidays are really high sales, and then of course January and February drop. True, that is very true. But the thing is, the drop began before that happened. So October, it was 22 million. Then it dropped to 19 million by November. Then it dropped to 14 million by December. That is really bad. Again, though, December is when everything with the, I can't say the word, but I think I can say pandemic, when the pandemic really was kind of getting bigger in December over there. Then you have 12.2 in January. Again, it's always expected to go lower from December to January. And then just horrible February, only 5.5. Now, again, I do believe a lot of that has to deal with everything that's gone on. However, that, I know it. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just making sure you guys could hear me and everything going on. I know a lot of things have been going on, but I do believe that this is true because of everything that's gone on as well. I will also say that I do find it kind of interesting because, you know, I predicted that Huawei's sales would go down quite obviously a while back because of the lack of Android. I don't believe anyone cares about the P40 for that reason. It's one of the reasons I really didn't talk about it, really didn't mention it, because I don't care about it because it has nothing to do with the US and it will never become popular in the US. Yes, it might sell overseas in certain markets, but even I doubt it because Google services are so ingrained, especially with Google Maps, Uber, Lyft, all these things that use Google services. It's just really hard to do without. And I also predicted that something else would happen. And I predicted that the Galaxy S20 would indeed drop within a very short period of time. I said within 2 months. So with that being said, I just wanted to point out that has happened. The Galaxy S20 is already $200 off. And there it is. Look, it's $200 off. I don't know if all of them are. So only the Galaxy S20 might be right now. Nope, the Galaxy S20 and the S20 Plus are both $200 off. I'll leave a link right now in the chat if you guys wanted to check it out. And this is an affiliate link, so it does help me out, of course, if you guys end up buying anything from Amazon. But the real big thing is that it is $200 off. So yes, I believe that because of everything that's going on, it is worst. But I knew that the S20 would not do well because of its high price point in comparison. Honestly, the P40 Pro Plus is doing the same thing. Sorry, hold on one second. The P40 Pro Plus is doing the same thing where it's like $1,400. And I just don't think consumers are ready to pay for these price points if your name is not Apple. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Whoa, did something happen here? I can't tell if we're having spammers or not. Okay. All right, sorry. Just had to see a bunch of things popping up, so yeah. All right. Then we have some other devices, and that is the ZTE Axon 11. It's official, basically as a 5G smartphone for, I think it's under 500 in China. Now we'll have to see if a US version comes along, but basically this is with a mid-range processor and up to 8 gigs of RAM, 4,000 milliamp battery, quick charge 4.0, 6.47 inch display, 128 with 6 gigs of RAM or 256 with 8 gigs of RAM, respectively. And this is in China less than 400. So that's really big. It's something that's kind of like crazy to get a phone with that much specs for that price. And ZTE does a really good job. Obviously, the Red Magic 5G that I am testing out is from them, but it's from a separate entity like Huawei and Honor have. ZTE and Nubia are two separate entities, and then you have Red Magic, which is another separate entity. So the Red Magic is the one that I'm testing out right now, and honestly, it is blazing fast. So I'm very curious to see how a sub $400 phone is, considering that the phone that I'm reviewing is probably still going to be under like 700. So it's really kind of curious to see how we are continuing this trend of getting better flagships for better price points. And that is one thing that I think we can all really agree that's awesome. So Apple did we found a leak of their AR headset that's being currently tested right now. And the big thing about this is that we see a controller. Now, here's the big thing. We don't know if this is, because this was all the way, a while back when these were being tested, and we don't know if this is exactly what will come out, if it is something that's going to happen. But this is the idea that Apple has. Like, you can play controller, kind of like a Wii game, and basically you can use the motion sensor and bowl with it. We'll have to see if they continue the whole LiDAR situation with their new iPhones. This is a possibility that you could do with iPhones connected to an AR device. But I really wonder just how much an AR device would cost. Ideally, it would be like $300 or less, but we'll have to wait and see. Possibly with Apple, you might have a controller separately. But that's what I envision what Apple would try to do to get it to work. So we'll have to wait and see, but we'll see how it kind of goes. And then we do get a new leak of the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite, which is a new version of the tablet that's coming. And it's very, very different from the Lite from before. So the Lite from before, if I'm not mistaken, had the Tab S5e, Tab S5e. This one's called the Tab S6 Lite. The Tab S5e had an AMOLED display, but it did not have an S Pen. This one is going to be the opposite of that, where it will have an LCD, which is generally not on the S series. And that's why I'm kind of annoyed with this, because typically S series have OLED and A series has LCD. This one's going to have an LCD, but with an S Pen. So we'll have to wait and see, or at least it has S Pen support. It might not come with the S Pen, but it can support an S Pen if you buy it separately, possibly. 10.4 inch display, 1080p display, micro SD expansion, 7,400 milliamp battery. I forgot that if it said the processor. I don't think the processor is verified yet, but it seems pretty, normal, I would say, in terms of like what we've seen from Samsung. Same kind of look, same kind of stuff, and especially from a light version. It's okay, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not that excited about it. I think that really Samsung's regular Tab S6 is still too expensive. It's gone down because of sales prices now. So we'll see if it goes down less. but that is one thing that I'm very curious to see how it all pans out when it comes to Samsung and their devices, and especially tablets, being a better affordable price point. I really don't agree with even the iPad Pro being as much as it is. I can't believe that many people are that excited about, touchpad and wireless mouse support, because I've had wireless mouse support on my, Galaxy Nexus. Like every Samsung device has had keyboard and mouse support forever. I found that funny actually when it was like, who was it? A famous YouTuber recently. I think it was Your Average Consumer had like plugged in, the OTG cable with a gaming mouse, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't know you could do this," and all this kind of like it. Yeah, it wasn't anything to do with DeX. Android has support for it natively. You can plug in a PS4 controller directly into your phone through the USB and OTG cable from, I think it was the S3, and use it to play games. Like, that has always been Android support. So it's something that I guess Android's been so ahead of it that I always take for granted what Apple still doesn't have the capabilities to do. Now, that being said, Apple has way more advanced software like full Photoshop on it, which I wish would be on my Samsung tablet. So when it comes to certain software support done by Android, I think it's way more advanced than iOS. But when it's app support, I think iOS is more advanced than Android on the tablet side. All right, guys, now let's get to your questions. If you have any questions you want to ask, just ask them in the comment section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. Same thing did not happen again. Hopefully you guys have been able to hear me for the entirety of the whole thing. All right. You think there will be a Note 20 this year? Yes. Yes, there will be a Note 20 this year. I do not doubt that whatsoever. Hey, Ricky, how are you? Have you gotten the Note 10 update? I actually shipped off my Note 10. It was, I basically shipped off my Note 10 and my S20 Ultra, and now I just have the regular S20 now. So that's the phone that is my daily driver. I am changing my OnePlus McLaren to another 5G phone that I just got in the studio. So that'll be my other daily driver. When is the 2.1 update coming to the Note 10 Plus? Well, someone was just saying they got there, so I'm not sure if that was it or if that was another update. But it should be coming, I would say, probably within a month or so. Is everything on hold because of this thing? Is everything on hold? It depends what you mean by everything. I do believe devices are pushed back for sure, because, as much as we want to be able to get our hands on devices, I think it's a lot different in terms of releasing it and how much people are really going to spend money right now. I know in a lot of jobs, people have been either let go or cut hours. What was it, like 3 million people, I think, over a week applied for unemployment. So yeah, even myself, I had to make I had some cuts and everything. So I think it's a way of things are right now. Hopefully it'll continue to go in a positive way, but it is something that, like, I know I'm being cautious with my money, and I would recommend most people are. I've also thought about getting stocks. Two stocks that are very, very viable right now to buy are Apple and Disney. Those are two stocks that have gone down enough, and you could see them easily, making $40 more when all this is over. So basically, if you buy now, the question is if you buy now or you buy later, because I still think that this is not going away through the summer. And if that's true, the stock will only go further down. The reason why that is because with companies like Apple, you're not having launches and the sales aren't going as high as they normally would. So that's dropping because most of their money isn't as liquid as they would like, although they're very liquid. when comparing to other companies in terms of how much money they have, in terms of the percentage of liquidity they have, it's not that high compared to how much they're worth, I guess I would say. Disney is really hurt by this because of their two main sources of income are their theme parks and their movies. Yes, they have Disney Plus, and that's a really good thing right now. That's probably getting a lot of revenue. But their biggest two things are definitely Disney World, Disneyland, all the parks are shut down right now. And their second big thing is that you have, you know, no Marvel movies, no Disney movies, all these different movies that were going to make them over, you know, probably $2 or $3 billion are not going to happen right now. That is why they're holding those movies off, and they're, you know, they'll push them back till next year or whenever everything is all said and done. But yeah, that is when all that stuff will happen. I did my hair with a razor from, I forgot what it is. My friend Rob got it for me, I think for my birthday one year. It's like a wireless one. It's really good, and yeah, it just makes it very easy to do. Are you gonna do video on Android message app, high definition pictures and vids real nice? I thought about it. I want to make sure how to do it between phones. So what I have to do one day is just do between two of my phones. I'm going to be doing some more videos tonight, so I should have more videos throughout the week. Hidden features did get pushed back a week. I do apologize for that. It will probably be next Saturday when it does come out. I did do the must-have apps. I recorded the Disney Plus video for movies, and I still need to do TV shows too. So more content coming. It just, I had a very busy week at work that really took a lot of time, and a lot of my mental capacity was pretty much at maximum. So yeah, definitely have more to do, and that will be kind of coming along. No more Super Saiyan 2, Ricky. I know, I don't have the, you know, little hair coming down anymore, like Gohan. Why are the views dropping? Like my views, or just views in general? A lot of people have been having issues with YouTube apparently in terms of uploading. I didn't, however, I'm not uploading a lot, I would say, in terms of it, but yeah, I mean, that's, I guess, how it is. Does OnePlus have IP certification? Apparently the rumor is that it will get it. I don't believe it will, but the rumor is that it will get it. So we'll have to wait and see. Only the Pro will have it if it does. Would you say the OnePlus 8 Pro is a step down comparing to the last version because it doesn't have, it has a dot on the screen? I will say that most customers loved that pop-up camera. Like, most customers from OnePlus loved that pop-up camera, and they really just didn't care for the other OnePlus because of the fact that it didn't have that pop-up camera. That pop-up camera was so beloved. So yeah, I do believe that is a big issue for sure. Let's see. Let's see. A lot of people talking amongst themselves. If you have any questions, again, feel free to ask them in the comment section down below. No stylus, no buy for me. I can understand that. A lot of people do love the stylus. If you haven't checked out, I saw something really interesting this week. Juan Carlos Bagnell did a video on the LG V60, and it has stylus support from Wacom Digital stylers. But here's the thing. This is also works with a lot of their tablets and stuff like that, and for some reason it doesn't work on it. So I don't know what different technologies that Wacom has on all of these. But yeah, it's really kind of interesting to see how it's coming out in terms of that you can support it with an LG V60. I just wish there was a smaller version that you could take around with you. But that is really cool. I am going to reach out to LG to see if we can review an LG V60, but we'll have to wait and see what they say. Let's see. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. ZTE is more of a budget brand, no? Yeah, I would say out of the brands that it has, it is more of a budget brand. And Nubia does a little bit more of the better quality ones. ZTE is definitely a budget brand in the US for sure, and in also in Europe. 20 is the current one, not the 10 one. The Note 20 is the next one. Samsung tablet maybe. Yeah, Samsung tablet would be good for mom, especially for Mother's Day, right? It wasn't great focusing issues with my Ultra. I don't think there is supposed to be more updates to improve the camera, even though more do you. Well, the thing is there is focusing issues for the most part, especially when it comes to video more, I would say, than anything else. Also in low light photos is when I was getting my focusing issues. But the 2 updates did nothing to improve it. Before I shipped off my Samsung S20 Ultra, it did not improve. And the notes specifically say it only improved the security. So I know a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people are like, oh man, look at the difference, and you know, it's focusing quicker and all, and it's just what they wanted to see. There was no difference in terms of the focus, in terms of at least the T-Mobile variant. I can't speak to the Verizon variant or the unlocked variant, but for the T-Mobile variant, there was 2 updates that were pushed out over the past week and a half, and neither one was the camera update. There's not going to be a S7 tablet, but an S6 Lite tablet. That's what it looks like for this year, unfortunately, which is kind of sucky, but yeah. Question, what tablet in the below 10-inch mark are good for people in their 60s and limited tech experience? The Fire one isn't a bad one. Amazon Fire one isn't a bad one. It just depends on what you want. The Amazon Fire tablets are very simplified. However, the problem is you pay more for stuff because you don't have really Google services. And the Google Play Store is cheaper than the Amazon Store. So yeah, that's, I would guess, the main thing for it. Sorry, my throat is really dry right now. I keep... I'm definitely gonna sit here and drink some tea after this. I apologize. I'm looking for a new phone. Any ideas? Good memory, good camera, good price, and much help appreciated. The OnePlus devices are really great for the price. If you want a very inexpensive phone, the Google Pixel 3a is one of the best phones for the price you can get because of the speed and the camera quality. But it just depends on what you're looking for exactly in terms of what's the most important to you. Good memory, good camera, good price. I mean, the Pixel 3a is a really good one to go with. I would also say from last year, the S10s are much lower prices too. So those are great ones to go with as well. As I said, the 7T, so the lighter version of this one, I think is now 500. So that's a really good one. I would choose the Pixel 3a camera over the OnePlus 7T, but the OnePlus 7T gives you everything faster in terms of specs. And in terms of performance, it's much better. As for a tablet, sorry, I kind of went off of that one. The thing is there's not that many popular under 10-inch tablets now. For Android, like there's the Lenovo and there's Samsung A series. Those are the two okay ones. But again, unless you feel comfortable with Android, then I wouldn't recommend it. When is 2.5 coming to, I think you mean 2.1, One UI, coming to the S9 Plus? I don't know if it's coming for probably a couple of months, to be quite honest. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. OnePlus 8 Interstellar Glow looks like the Instagram logo. That is very true. That is totally true. It is completely an Instagram phone. Hey, maybe they did a partnership with Instagram for it. Are the family driving you crazy, Ricky? No, actually. I will say that I'm probably one of the luckier ones. I know a lot of people are stressed out with their kids. My daughter is so well behaved for the most part. Like she's so good and she's so responsive to anything we tell her. She's a kid, and you always have to keep that in mind when disciplining anyone that's restless. I mean, if you're restless, a kid is more restless than you at home. So that's definitely something you always have to keep in mind. But no, I mean, my son, is still having trouble sleeping. Actually, he is officially 6 months today, so that was kind of cool. He's started 6 months old now, so time goes by really quickly. But yeah, no, my wife is the best person ever to keep everything in line for the house. And I kind of have a rule, basically, when that door is closed during the week while I'm at work, in terms of my day-to-day job, don't come in. And that they're very respectful of that. I think if I had kids more like 3 to 5, I think those are the ones with the most issues right now, because you're probably barely structuring no and yes and all that kind of stuff. So those are the ones that are kind of like most kind of chaotic all day and night. But unfortunately, 9-year-old and a baby kind of works, I would say, for the most part, without driving me crazy. So I'm very, very fortunate in that aspect. Let's see. Is the S29 considered a disappointment this year? It's really hard to say, because Samsung sales, just like every cell phone company sales, have to have an asterisk, because it's so bad in comparison that it's everyone's going to be down. The S20, I think, Ultra camera is not where I would say I want it to be. I was doing a photo shoot with my baby today, and I had my high-end camera, which is, the best camera I have over here is a Lumix GH5, and this is a newer one that I got. I was using the lens that I'm having right now, not this one, but I was using a lens, aperture f1.7, so it really had a nice bokeh effect and all this kind of stuff, and really good 15 millimeter. So yeah, really good lens. So I was using that one. I was using the Pixel 4 XL, and I was sorry about the coughing into the mic, by the way. I really do apologize for that. And I was using my S20 Plus. By far, the better HDR handling was done by the GH5, which I would expect, of course, and by the Pixel. I took the least amount of shots with the S20 because it just, like, if I would focus on my son, it would overexpose the shot, and then I would need to change the EV, and obviously with a baby, you just need quick kind of photo taking, and the Pixel just did a better job of that. And it was because there's a window behind him too, so that you really need just like fast HDR. And although Samsung's really good at it, it's not as good as the Pixel when it comes to HDR still. Video is way better at HDR, but photo, no. Moto Edge Plus release date, I do not know. I believe it still hasn't been officially announced yet. I could be wrong. I haven't kept up with Moto as much right now, but yeah. WrestleMania being taped over 2 days because of the virus. Yeah, I heard some people aren't going to be there as well. I have not heard any of the spoilers. I don't want to know any of the spoilers. But yeah, I was going to have a housewarming party originally on the day of WrestleMania, finally. And of course I had to cancel it because LA is in lockdown, and just, yeah, my family is very important to me. How is Tech Out the House going? It got derailed because of the new job and all the changes. So I obviously still have the ability to film it. I have lots of different tech in the house now. I have light switches, like there's a light switch on this wall right here. That's a smart light switch. And I have 3 of those throughout the house. Some of them are from my porch lights too, so that's really cool. So my porch light basically automatically turns on at a certain time and automatically turns off at a certain time because of my smart lights switches. And then another one is a smart light bulb. So I have a lot of things that I'm automating now. I have, you know, a doorbell, smart doorbell from Nest. I'm looking up security cameras, still waiting for the prices to go down. But yeah, a lot of cool things like that. So yeah. Let's see. Like the video if you like the video, damn it. Thank you, Warren G. I really appreciate that. When you buy Nova Launcher once and install it on a phone, if you wanted to install on another phone, a separate, do you have to pay again or buy another Nova Launcher app? No, once you bought it permanently. It's just like any app, actually. Any app you buy, you don't have to rebuy again. So what you do is you download Nova Launcher, which is free, and you buy Nova Launcher Prime, which I think is like $5 or whatever it is. And you buy Nova Launcher Prime. You never have to buy Nova Launcher Prime again. And that is automatically, basically, when you transfer from one phone to another. So like say if I use Samsung Smart Switch, OnePlus Switch, or whatever I'm using, and I transfer from one phone to another, it transfers both Nova Launcher and Nova Launcher Prime. So as soon as I fire up Nova Launcher, it just automatically has the Prime version ready. So no, you never have to buy it again. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. I think it's a third one. Note 10 Plus better than the S20 Plus Ultra? Well, they're 2 different phones. Better than the S20 Ultra at focusing, yes. But the S20 Plus camera, I would say, was looking better than the Note 10. I only got to take photos around the house before I shipped it off, so not a very good, like, definitive answer I could tell you. But from the photos I was getting, yeah, it did look a little bit better, especially in color correction. It definitely looked better. What grade is your daughter in and her class set already? Does anyone know how to get an Android tablet? Yeah, I mean, as far as the class goes, we don't know how it's going to happen. I mean, I know I think it's not in LA, it's not official till May 1st or May 30th, I forget which one, that they're definitely not coming back till then, and they're probably not going to go back for the rest of the school year. So yeah, that's what it is right now. Does anyone know how to get an Android tablet? I mean, you can just get one online. If you want to get a used one, go to eBay or something like that. And that's the best way to get an older one. Am I the last true old school players? No. Is it possible to get an S Pen to work on an A series tablet? No. The screen has to support it. So it has to have a digitized screen from Wacom in order to work with the pen. So any tablet, like, it is interchangeable too. So if you had a Note 10, you could totally use the Note 10 pen on this tablet. It works perfectly. And you can use this pen if the Note 10 pen is out. You could then use this pen, even though it's for this tablet, on the Note 10. So it works interchangeably, which is really cool. But it has to have the screen to support it. So if the screen does not support it, it will not work. You can use something like a bamboo pen. That's about the best kind of quality you can get. Let's see. Do you like Words with Friends or 8-Ball Pool? I used to play Words with Friends back in the day. I've never played 8-Ball Pool. I play 8-Ball and Pool Table, but yeah, no. Used to play Words with Friends back in the day. Haven't really played it anymore. Will anyone ever go back to a movie theater again? I totally will. I love the movie theater experience. I love it. I was one of those people that went to at least 1 to 2 movies every month. Pretty much every month I would not miss. I love it, but I would say I'm not one of the common ones. So yeah, it's just something that depends on the person. I'm not getting a focusing issue on mine. It could be a rare thing. It could be, again, once it's a software issue, I would say mostly, but face detection isn't as good as line of sight. And it really is something where you have to, if you see 2 phones especially, like if I'm doing a camera comparison, I can obviously tell the difference, right? If I focus on something close to me and then something far away, it just, like it just, whereas with the S20 Plus, it's instantaneous. And the Ultra took longer. Do you think they will improve the 100 times optical zoom by the time the Note comes out? 100 times optical zoom is a gimmick. It's digital zoom, which is crap. The only thing, the 10 times is the best you want to do. And even that's not true, the best thing, because I think it's the optical zoom is only 4 or 5. But at least that way it's not zoomed in enough. 10 times is the furthest you should go on any of these devices, because then you can just crop into it and it'll look better. Hey Ricky, the Redmi Note 8 Pro is amazing. 64 megapixel camera, 66 RAM, 128 gig slot, $250. Really awesome. That in mind, it isn't normal for peeps getting it to spend $1,000 on a phone. Definitely. I would say the Redmis aren't that popular in the US. I think they're more popular around Europe, to be quite honest. Besides China, of course. But yeah, I think the Redmi series has looked amazing from what I've seen. I just haven't really reviewed them myself a lot. So the market adjusts and maybe we get cheaper foldable and rollable phones. Maybe. I think we already were, to be quite honest. I mean, you saw from the Fold to the Flex, we had about a $500, $600 really price drop. So I think you're going to see that more and more. I think, you paid a premium for the first series, and I think they're going cheaper the next round. I could see the Fold 2 being $1,500 at most, to be quite honest. So $100 more than the Flex. He skipped my question, what the hey? Ask it again. Oh, question, how much do you think the Note 20 will retail for? I did not see that question. I think the Note 20, not the Note 20 Plus, the Note 20 Ultra, because there will be at least one more version. I think the regular Note 20, if it only comes in a 5G model, will probably be $1,200 or $1,100 at cheapest. It's going to be more expensive than the S20. So yeah, I would say probably $1,200 is probably a safe bet for the Note 20, and $1,400, $1,500 would be for the Note 20 Plus or Note 20 Ultra, whatever they call it, which I do not think will do well. Do you see flagship companies making changes later this year by not maximizing the devices and making them cheaper and not releasing them this year? I think there will be some changes. I think it really matters on how a company was set before all this happened, unfortunately, because if a company did not have a lot of cash on hand and is not sold well, you will see some companies go out of business, at least in the cell phone market. You're going to see it happen, and it's the way it is. If you pause sales, if you pause the bringing in money, you're only losing money then. So yeah, it's just a fact. We'll see how everything goes, and we'll see how, countries do their own bailouts. You know, will Korea bail out Samsung or LG if they're hit hard? Will China bail out Huawei, ZTE, Honor, all these different companies? I don't know. It's really hard to see what will happen. Have you done an 8K video on the S20? I haven't on the S20 Plus, but I have one up on the page for the S20 Ultra, so you can go ahead and check that out. It's about a minute video, so it's very short. Do you think Samsung will get the problems figured out with the new cameras before the Note 20? Yes, I do. I think that's the sole focus of the Note 20 is to improve the cameras. Really, that's the biggest focus they're working on, and definitely from what I heard after the first week. Think the Note 20 will come out at a lower price as stuff keeps going on? We'll see. I would hope so. I hope so for the benefit of Samsung. I believe that Samsung is going to drop the price $200 officially on all their devices. We've already seen it on Amazon, $799, $999, and $1,400. The Ultra sold the same price, and that's because the Ultra sells the best out of the three so far. But yeah, $799 is what the S20 should have been. $999 maybe should have been the price of the S20 Plus. I think that's more reasonable, and the Ultra should be $1,200. Hopefully those will all adjust, and then maybe the Note then will come out at $1,000, maybe $1,100, since the last Note was $1,000. So maybe the Note with 5G will be $1,100 for the Note 20 5G, and then for the Note 20 Plus, it could be $1,300. Let's see. What are your thoughts on the Tab S6? You know, I've been debating on upgrading to it myself. I have not upgraded to it personally. I am still seeing about how the price goes. But yeah, I've thought about trading in my Tab S4 for my Tab S6. Right now, I think I get $200 for my Tab S4, which is good. But I'm just like, should I still trade it in or not? Because I don't know if I need it, the increase. And I don't really think I could do videos on the Tab S6 now. I don't know. Would you guys see any videos if I do them on the Tab S6? Let me know in the comment section. Get the program iReady. It's a program usually for iPads on a Samsung tablet. What is that? iReady app. I see. At least my daughter's school doesn't use this. I'm not sure if they will, but it's very interesting. Yeah, because of where we live, we're not part of the LAUSD, which I believe does use this. So I'm not sure if they will adopt it, but I will look into it. I'm actually going to check, see if they have any support for it. But yeah. Again, yeah, maybe it could just be for learning purposes. But yeah, I'll check it out. And the app is called iReady. Fold 2 or Note 20 Ultra? That is a question. It probably, for me, it'll probably be the Fold 2. If the Fold 2 has a pen, I could definitely see myself getting it. So we'll have to wait and see. Apple YouTubers are not promising anything for Apple this year. I still think Apple will come out this year, but I do believe their release is going to be in October or November now. Love the show. Help us get through the lockdown. Thank you. I mean, I think I do a very little part, but I appreciate you guys viewing for sure. And there's also tap to focus too. Yeah, but I mean, face detection, dual pixel focus is something that Samsung got, I think, with the S8 or S9, and it's been the better focus. Like, Samsung has had the best focus hands down since they got that. It's better focus than any other manufacturer, and they lost that with the Ultra. And it's not like a possibility. The Ultra does not have dual pixel focus. The Plus does. Again, it's not something that everyone will care about, but it's definitely something that I noticed, especially from having it for so long and having all these different flagship phones. It's something that I noticed for sure. Will we ever get something like Scouter to tell us the power level of greatness? 51st Day Questions, cough, cough, ad. I don't know if we'll ever get a Scouter. I really do hope so. And that does bring us to our shameless plug for 51st Date Questions. If you haven't checked it out yet, 51st Date Questions is a great app that you can use right now with social distancing, just to ask questions to a significant other or a person you're dating, just meeting online, or a person you can see from across the street and be like, hey, let's play this game. But yeah, so play it over the phone, social distancing. But yeah, so it's a really good, fun game. I read a story today actually about someone like seeing a girl go to the rooftop of an apartment every day, and so he flew his drone over to her and asked her for her number. I thought that was kind of funny. Totally something I would have done, by the way, back in the day. But yeah, so really cool stuff. If you want to check it out, 51st Date Questions is a great app to play right now with your significant other. It kills time, and it's a great way to kill time. Thank you for reminding me of the shameless plug. Links in the description down below for Android and iOS. Hey, have you done any AK video yes, I already answered that question. Note 25 will be a Scouter. That would be great. S20 Ultra camera is such a letdown. Why don't you do a tech rant on it? I guess I'm not in a tech rant mood right now, and I do apologize for that. Maybe I really should be tech ranting about it. I'm disappointed, for sure, and I might do a video about that more so, but I'm not in a ranting mood. I don't know if it's just everything going on in the world. It's like, it's a disappointment, but it's not something that I'm just upset about. I don't know. I think it's just the current mood of everything right now, and so many things going on right now. So I guess that is the reason why I apologize for those who were looking forward to a rant on it, but I'm just not in a ranting mood right now. Maybe that'll change. Maybe I'll do a rant instead, but if right now I were to do a video, it'd probably be more of a disappointment in how you shouldn't release technology until it's ready. I just realized this thing was going off this whole time. There we go. Sorry about that. Note 20 versus S20, which would you prefer and why? I would definitely hold out for the Note 20 because it'll get out all the kinks of the S20. That's why I prefer it. I was thinking the A20 for 850, S20 Plus 900, S20 Ultra 1100 price points would be good. Yeah, no, I think they're going to go cheaper than that. We've already seen it online. It's 800 for the S20 and 1,000 for the Plus. I think $50 difference between the Plus and the S20 is too little. Then no one would really buy the S20, I feel like. So no, I do think the S20 should be 800, and I do think the S20 Plus should be, maybe 950 if you want to do that, but I don't think it needs to be that low. But it definitely does not deserve to be 1,200, and the Ultra does not deserve to be 1,400. I know my Tab 3 says it does not support, and getting new tabs is when working. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Warren G. Yeah, I'm not sure what you were talking about there. Would you consider to review the Redmi Note 8 Pro? I definitely would consider to review it. They just have never reached out to me. And I don't know. Unfortunately, when it's another country, it's hard to reach out to them because there's like a language barrier and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I've never heard from Redmi, but I would definitely review it if I got it for sure. Why do you overload all your YouTube videos? Do you mainly do 1080p or 4K when recording? Oh, where do I offload all my videos? Believe it or not, I don't keep them that long. I actually keep them about a month, or if it's content that I think I would use later, like B-roll, I might keep, but I do not keep the entire video. I don't. I'm not that kind of YouTuber where I feel like I need to have my entire library offline. I don't feel that way. I know a lot of YouTubers have terabytes and terabytes of storage of all their videos and all that kind of stuff, and I'm not that YouTuber, or at least not yet. For me, I'll keep B-roll. If I think it's a good shot of B-roll, I'll keep that if I could use it in a later video or something along those lines. But yeah, I do not save my entire content. And when I do my videos, I do them in 1080p. I've thought about upgrading to 4K, but for right now, 1080p is fine. That white balance is giving me OCD. Yes, I do apologize for not getting rid of that earlier. You have to rant when you have funny yet annoying mood. Yeah, it has to be a specific mood, I guess, for ranting. At least it didn't have a Note 7 battery issue. Yeah, definitely. I will be getting the Note 20 when it come out. I think with everything that's going on, it will be later released, maybe October. I think September right now, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Rigsby Cola is the best. But yeah, guys, I think we will call that a night. Ask any questions you have otherwise, but yeah, my throat is just really raspy. Got a raspy voice right now. I should do my channel like this right now. It's a very raspy voice. It was funny because I was doing a voice, I forgot what voice it was. I think it was kind of like an English, not English, but I guess more just distinguished voice when I was reading. I think I was trying to do like Obi-Wan voice when I was reading my son a Star Wars book, and I was like, and all the droids vanished at the sight of the Jedi. And I was just like doing it very much like that, so it was very funny. My wife was just like looking at me like, what's that voice? I can't do it right now because my voice is so raspy. I can do a raspy voice right now. This actually feels better, actually. Just doing a raspy voice. I don't know how it sounds on the mic, but this actually feels better than when I'm talking regular right now. Kind of goes with my raspy. Have you seen the Royal FlexBuy 2? Yeah, well, not in person, but yeah, I've seen it online. I think it's interesting. I covered that. I was one of the first YouTubers to cover it at CES. Love the design. So much better, looks like, and hopefully it will do the whole good second generation bump up. And I think that company needs it. I think that company has so many cool things that they've done with flexible screens. But yeah, I think the phone was not the best implementation, especially when we saw everything later on, right? From Samsung and Huawei, companies that have far more money and cadence and being able to make it perfect in a much better way. Do you have that message saved? Oh, got it. You can play Batman, Mark. I'm Batman. I can do better. I am Batman. Try to do the Kevin Connell voice. Yeah. Let's see. Rest up those pipes. Yeah, I do. All right, guys. We will call that a show. Thank you guys so much, as always, for watching. I really do appreciate it, always. If you can, please give a like, thumbs up, and share the video. Really, if you can, share that the recent video we did on the apps. That video has blown up. So if you can share that video on the must-have apps for Android, I would really appreciate it, because yeah, I am very fearful of my main job because of what I've seen with other companies right now. So YouTube, I have to focus more on now so I can have a good income no matter what. So yeah, if you can share that video, I'd really appreciate it, and make sure you like this one before you leave. Thank you as always so much for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy.
Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.